everyone wants to know about your Align product, including myself. And that's why I'm here, because
Great.
I've read all about it. I've talked to Matt about it, but I think having what are the two? I read the two components. The primary things is it has excellent quote process, so you can get a quote turned out quickly, and the quote is based on the information you put in on your costing. Are those the two primary functions?
That's exactly right. Is getting quotes out in time, understanding your costs, but really taking it a little bit further of once you get the quote out and you've gotten accepted by the customer is where is this job at in the process from start to finish?
Okay, so job tracking along the way also, all right?
Entirely. So really the flow that you're going through with ONYX Align is you create a quote,
right?
You get it ready, you send the quote to the customer.
Can anyone use it? Is it designed so that anyone can do the quote?
That was a key part of the design process. Is one of the biggest hangups that we've seen with print shops
There's
is
one
the
person that
owner
can do the
or
quote.
the
Nobody, everyone
manager.
else stands around dumbfounded.
Exactly, and it's a 10-year-old Excel spreadsheet that's more complicated than life itself that only one guy knows how to do.
That's right.
And so
that's
he's
very
spending
common.
his weekends, his long
Hey,
nights.
I got to wait till the boss gets off the golf course so he can give you a quote.
Exactly.
Which they're not going to tell the customer,
Exactly.
but that's the truth of it.
And we just did a demo a few minutes ago where we were able to show them in real time. You can create a quote for a customer while you're on the phone with them. It's as easy as 4 clicks because you set up your products, you establish your pricing in the system so that customer, product, price, you're ready to go.
Right. Now you have the
quote.
information, you apply your algorithms, and boom, you have your quote.
Exactly.
Okay.
So having your estimates and your orders compartmentalized into different statuses. What's the status of the estimate document? What's the status of the invoice document? Is it paid? Is it unpaid? You have those statuses, you can then group those orders, so it creates a much cleaner experience to truly know where your orders are at in your shop.
Okay.
Not just the jobs and their workflows, but the order itself. And once it becomes an order, you have a very streamlined, customizable workflow that you can put your jobs through to keep track of them from start to finish.
Okay, so now once it's an order, now it's in the actual production workflow and you start tracking it along that route.
Exactly.
Where is it? So you shouldn't have to walk around going, where is it? You can just look on the workflow and go, there, I know where it is.
Yep. And we have
it's on the flatbed right now. It's
exactly.
being cut.
And we have a very simple and streamlined workflow. It's represented in a Kanban board that you can put up on your production floor, on a big TV. That's kind of the popular thing to do. And so everyone can kind of look and see that bird's eye view of where is everything at in my shop.
Right.
And it's pretty surprising to us to hear how many shops in 2025 are still relying on Excel, sticky notes, and whiteboards to keep track of their
because
shop.
there was nothing for our industry that was easy to use and intuitive and entry level for costing that existed before.
Yeah, I'm not going to start a print shop and just integrate a $20,000 MIS off the bat.
Right.
You know, but that's all that there was.
No, yeah, you either had it made custom for you.
Yes.
And it's all really based on building your cost structure.
Yes.
Which is probably for most people not terribly complicated. You know, they have a set amount of media that they use.
Yeah.
Boards, pre-cut boards, you know, finishing equipment. How deep dive do you get within the costing structure?
Honestly, as deep as you want to go.
Really?
Yeah, we've intentionally designed this to be either as simple or as complex as you want it to be.
Okay, so you could start simple.
Yes.
And then you can make it, like you can start with, hey, I have a Coroplast board and it's 18 by 24, and it
And
can
I
be
want
more
to charge
complicated.
$2 a square foot.
Yeah, and then it can become like, okay, but with the hardware and all the other pieces added on.
You can get down to where you want to be accounting for the very thread that goes into sewing your banner if you want to. Some people want to, right?
Yeah.
But, and the thing that's just eye-opening for people is one of the biggest costs that goes unaccounted for is your labor, is the time it takes. It's not that 10-cent grommet, but it's the 30 minutes that someone is spending putting those grommets in the banner.
So you can make it more complex as you go along.
Yes.
Being confident in your pricing, your quotes derive from it, and then once the quote is made, which anyone can do, it's largely based on building your costing outright.
Yep.
And then you can track it all the way through the job process to the final process.
Exactly.
Do you integrate with, like for example, I would say QuickBooks Online is the most commonly used software. Do you integrate with things like that so I can put accounting into this process?
So we have a direct synchronization with QuickBooks
Perfect.
Online. We've found that it is the vast majority of users that are in this business, that's what they're using to do their accounting. So without having to do a manual export, manual import, You just go through your workflow in Align, and naturally the estimate and invoice make it into your QuickBooks, and it is a one-to-one representation.
Yeah, see, I want to get to the end of the line, and then I want that all on my invoice process and all on the record, and for all taxes and all my costing, and then ultimately I can look at my balance sheet.
Yep.
You know, so that's
because if you don't have that, you're double entering. You're creating your orders.
I don't want. No, I am never doing double entry.
Yes. Oh, it's time consuming.
Anytime I see that, yes, I'm like, well, this has already been done. I already put this all in. Why can't I just have this drawn over to this software? Isn't that the point of integrated synchronized software?
Exactly.
I got a friend of mine that could use this. In fact, I know a lot of people that could use this. Right, but I have
Send
a friend of
way.
mine, and I'm gonna. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to say, hey, Mark, he's here. He's here. I hope he sees this. Mark. Can we get you to have a better command of both your costing and your quoting, and I'm sure his people are hearing it too, and that they can do all the quoting automatically? And he's going to say, yeah, but this is ONYX, I use Caldera. And as I understand it, this is RIP agnostic.
Yep, entirely. So to utilize the quoting, the job costing, the job tracking from start to finish, 100% RIP agnostic. You can use whichever RIP provider you have. We intentionally designed it so that it could be friendly for any print shop.
Sure.
Not just for ONYX users. Now, the caveat to that is if you are using ONYX as your RIP, you can integrate it to be a part of your ONYX ecosystem.
Right.
So you can have an order.
You're going to have a level of
file.
API integration with ONYX official that's going to be superior to having it RIP agnostic with somebody using Flexi or Caldera.
Yep, but that is a cherry on top. That is not a required component.
Right, you're still going to get almost all the functionality. You're just going to get premium functionality when you're integrated with ONYX as a RIP software in addition.
Yeah, and we have multiple users that are not ONYX RIP users. They use Caldera, they use other systems, or they use versions of our RIP that are not compatible with it.
So I was kind of waiting for somebody in the industry like ONYX to go, well, this actually makes sense, and we can integrate it into an already familiar software.
Exactly.